I'm Ron Filio with Filio Agency Insurance, and welcome to PerformanceBondInsurance.com. Today we're going to talk a little bit about what a bond costs and what a surety bond costs to obtain. Jean, how do you determine the cost of a bond?
There are all different costs of bonds. Some of the bonds, there are a lot of bonds with fixed prices.
Okay.
A lot of the licensing bonds, for example, a lot of $100 bonds there. A bid bond, when you're bidding on a project, the bid bond itself is always free, but then if you win the bid and you get the project, then you pay for the contract bond.
Okay.
But the pricing really depends on the credit worthiness of the person doing the work.
Okay.
And the scope of the project, the dollar amount of the project.
Mm-hmm.
So those are it really varies depending on all those things.
Okay. So there's some bonds that are fixed costs, and there's some bonds that will vary depending on what type of project and what you're asking for, what the requirements of the bond are.
Right.
Okay.
Right. They're going to look at your credit worthiness. They're going to want to see how much they like to see a lot of liquidity. They want to see cash reserves, your experience, the size of previous projects that you've completed successfully.
Okay.
So, the amount of work that you have on hand now, the receipts that are currently coming in now.
Okay.
All of that goes into it.
So a lot of it's determined too on the likelihood that the bond company is actually going to have to step in and take control of your project.
Exactly right.
Okay.
Yep. If they're sure that you have a real strong history with this type of work, and you have cash reserves, there's going to be absolutely no problem.
No problem obtaining your bond and getting reasonable pricing on it.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So it's kind of like a loan in that case, or a mortgage, where if you had maybe questionable credit, we may have to go to other sources that charge more in order to be able to obtain that for you.
Exactly right.
So if you have good credit and good cash reserves, the companies that have maybe lower pricing are going to be available to us.
Yes.
Okay, great. What's the best way to determine how much a bond's going to cost?
Give us a call.
Okay.
Tell us about what you're working on, what you're looking at, and we can help you determine how much it's going to cost.
Okay, so if you call us with your requirements, let us know what bond is being required of you in order to get a job. We'd be happy to sit down with you or discuss it over the phone and email of how much that bond will cost, and let you know what you're going to need in order to apply for the bond.
Yep.
Okay. Well, thanks for watching this video, and make sure to check out our other videos on PerformanceBondInsurance.com, where we go over all different types of bond subjects.